Hi, I'm Morgan,
And I'm
and
MoKenzie.
this is our movie review of the 1996 Fear.
Starring Reese Witherspoon and Mark Wahlberg.
Yay! Okay, the first thing we're gonna talk about is making out in this movie.
Okay, well, I don't get. So, Reese and Mark are at the pool, right? And they're just like hugging each other, and he kisses her shoulder all nastily, and all of a sudden, he just like goes, stares at the dad. Here's Reese, and he's just like,
Dad. Kind of like
staring.
he eats her
him down.
face. It's like,
It's like if you were at a movie theater and you were getting a big handful of popcorn, it'd be like, that type of making out. This is wrong.
and then after they make out, he goes, "You taste good."
Who does that?
That's just gross. Doesn't your body kind of taste like salt, or is that just when you sweat?
No.
I think it's just when you sweat. Or you cry. I don't know. Okay, next. Reese Witherspoon in this movie has a friend named Margot, and Margot's a little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Slut.
Yes. And you know what? I've concluded that no one would die and everyone would be happy if Margot just wasn't there. Because Margot introduced her to this bad guy, and then Margot slept with this bad guy.
Which, actually, she got raped, but same thing.
Same thing. And then he turns out psycho because Margot did all this, and then he kills people.
Mm-hmm.
So, Margot's fault.
And then when we were sitting there, and he like walks into the girl's bathroom while she's at the mall. First he stalks her for like 10 hours. He's like sitting there, and then she walks out to the bathroom, whatever, you know? And he like goes into the girl's bathroom. You can't just walk into a girl's bathroom.
I don't think he knows that that's not allowed.
Like
the little lady with the dress.
Like we're sitting there, and he basically is raping her. He's got her mouth covered up so that she can't talk or anything. And then he walks out when another lady walks in, and then she's just sitting there. Oh, somebody help me! Okay, clearly there is a lady standing right there. If you just go talk to her, maybe it'd be a whole lot easier than sitting in the stall instead of trying to help yourself. Like,
okay, even like blind people and people from other countries know that you're not supposed to go in the girl's bathroom. Like, there are signs, there are rules.
I make my own rules. Apparently David does too.
David just likes going in girls' bathrooms.
What I don't get is how David, like you said earlier, David could have easily just got like a tattoo, go to a tattoo parlor. He cut into his skin, and I didn't know what was going on, and all of a sudden he like empties out a pen and lets out all the lead, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he rubs it all over his body. I'm like, this is getting kind of creepy. What is going on?
It says Nicole Forever.
And then he washes it off and he says Nicole Forever, and I'm like, what the hell?
I just thought it'd be funny, like, he's not very smart, because obviously he didn't finish high school. What if he, like, did it backwards, because he's, like, in the
mirror? Yeah.
And it's like, E-L, I just want Nicole backwards, E-L-O-C-I-N or something.
Or another thing, and then they try to break into their house, whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, first the dad breaks into his house and takes back the bracelet that he stole. Who steals a bracelet that says daddy's girl? Like, really, who steals someone's bracelet?
But then he changed it to David's girl.
But then the dad goes in the house, and David has her underwear.
And the dad picks up the underwear, which
he's
is
just like holding it, like, oh, look, this is my daughter's underwear that he stole. Like, just don't touch that. Gross.
It's almost as shocked as he was when he found the open condom wrapper in her room.
Yeah, so then
throw them in trash, by the way.
David and then all his friends go over to their house, and they're like breaking in and stuff, and then
after they killed the dog.
Yeah, the dog. Okay, the dog is literally, it's just like this cute German Shepherd. He's so cute, right?
Like the nicest dog in the world.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, come here, puppy, come here. And then they're sitting there, and they're going through the dog door, and they're like making dog noise, like, and so the little boy, he's like, what, 8 or 9? And he's just sitting there.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Keep going on your end.
He's just sitting there, and he's like, oh, there's my dog. And then they drop it. It's just a head. Who does that to a little kid? Who?
They didn't do it to the little kid, they did it to the dog.
Who? Yeah, but who kills someone else's dog?
Anyways, did you tell your drill story?
No, I didn't. Okay.
Get back, sorry, I interrupted you.
So they're going through the house, whatever, and the guy breaks open the door with a little spear thing, and he's going in his hand, like, through the door or whatever, and I'm just like, why not just chop his head off? Why not just chop his hand off? It'd be so much easier. So then the lady's like, oh, here's a drill. I'm going to grab it. And goes right in his hand. And he's like, ow. And I'm like, you go, girl. I was thinking the same thing, except a knife would be a lot more helpful because later on in the movie, he gets a gun and kills somebody.
Well, none of this would have happened if she didn't give him the code.
Yeah. That awkward moment when your dad's just like, oh, don't worry, we'll be safe. You have to have the code to get in. Ooh, David's got the code. Like, who does that?
You know what bothered me? How, like, Nicole's getting attacked by that one dude, and Margot just, like, stands there. And then Margot, finally, after, like, 5 minutes, gets the balls to, like, go and beat this guy. And the guy turns on her, and then Nicole stands there as Margot's getting plunged, what's the word? Beaten to death!
But she didn't die.
Yes, but, like, what was Nicole doing? Standing there screaming like she always does?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
She screams a lot.
Yeah.
Awkward.
She screams even when, like, okay, like, he cheated on her, which I see why you're upset, but then he comes and sees her at school and she starts screaming. It's like, someone likes attention.
And another thing that I did not get is her friend Gary, alright?
So, he went into the woods after school.
Yeah, the beginning of the movie or whatever, well, when they, like, first started dating, Gary gave her a hug after school, and David's just got all mad, got out of the car, starts beating the crap out of Gary, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And then later on in the movie,
I'm pretty sure Gary's gay. Let's calm down.
Later on in the movie, Gary goes into the woods, and then he starts chasing him, and David starts chasing Gary, and I'm just like, what the heck, Gary? Like, start running. So Gary starts running. He's like running, and it's just like little girly running. And David's like coming at him, and he's like tackles him. I'm like, how the heck did Gary just get killed? He had like 100-mile head start. Cause Gary is slow. Wow.
Gary, you could have lived. You just had to stop running like a little girl.
And then it's like, oh yeah, Gary got beaten to death. When you call snapping your neck in freaking half. Yeah, I guess you did get beaten to death. Maybe if you run faster next time, Gary. This isn't like little Alice in Wonderland somewhere or another. Like, you gotta get going or you're gonna get killed. Common sense. Survival of the fittest. Let's go.
And there's one more thing we need to clear up. Kenzie here, as we were watching the movie, thought they made a Beaver reference. But this movie came out in 1996, and Justin Bieber would have been too. So no, there is no Beaver Fever reference.
It could have been.
It was Beaver Cleaver.
It sounded like Beaver Fever.
So you were wrong.
And another thing I didn't get was they were watching the movie, and then they go into what's his name, David. They go into David's room. The dad does, and then he finds like all these pictures, and they show this picture of the family, except Morgan's just like, yeah, did you notice in that movie that David cut out the dad's head and put his own in there? I'm like, oh, I just thought they took a picture together. Like, I didn't.
But he had like his arms around the mom.
It doesn't matter. It could have been like the picture where they spent that day by the pool together. That maybe that day they could have had a picture.
The day where he was chowing on her forehead.
Yeah.
So back to that. Yeah. So anyways, that was our review. Go see this movie. It was really good.
It's a great, fantastical movie.
It is a fantastical movie. You will be upset.
Fantastic.
You will get mad. And you
might be creeped out. Roller coaster scene. We can't talk about it.
We can't talk about it because it's inappropriate.
Too inappropriate, but it's just awkward.
There's some third base action going on that roller coaster.
Yeah, like who does that? I just spilled coffee again.
David and Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Adios.